Thank you for pushing the little button or reading the transcript script or whatever you did to activate this video. I give thanks for your presence. I'm Shayna. If you have not been here before, if you have, it's probably because I've given you some type of spiritual reading or done your hair. And so, welcome back. I am doing a law of attraction class on this coming up Sunday. And I want to explain some little bits about why this is important to me because um, again, I'm a person who transitioned from being an entrepreneur in the beauty space to now really, really tapping in and being able to teach intuitive gifts and spiritual power, to be honest with you. And the law of attraction was one of the very first gifts that I was given at about 19 years old with my godmother before The Secret came out, before Oprah started talking about it, all of those kind of things. She taught us techniques. Um, she's still living. She lives in Nashville. She's about 80 years old now. um, but she taught us about how to bring forth whatever it was that we wanted or desired from a place of feeling and a place of gratitude. And what I know for sure is that the law of attraction works because I'm an empath, right? And I'm an empath by birth, but it's also enhanced through trauma, which is a whole nother video because it's probably the reason that you're an empath as well, and that why your empathy has been enhanced through trauma is a completely different video. But this empathy, this gift of empathy, is what really helps me to tap in when I am doing sound bath readings, intuitive readings, tarot card readings, or when I'm doing someone's hair, because no matter what they're saying on the outside, I feel what they feel on the inside. And those thoughts that they are thinking become their feelings and then become their outside reality, right? So, one of the most perfect examples is if I'm doing a sound bath reading for someone and I am pulled to go to the energy of their throat and their heart, right? And so I'm playing these spaces so that those places can be unblocked and those things can be healed. And then my intuitive gifts pop in, and maybe it's their guides, maybe it's your ancestors, whoever is your highest and most loving force in your life that is watching you and loving you and wanting you to heal so that you can get to the place that you are destined and really called to be, right? So as I'm doing these sound bath readings and I'm tapping into this energy and I'm clearing out the heart and I'm clearing out the throat, then spirit will give me a image of perhaps you in a boardroom, right? And so that indicates to me that you are at work. This is where you're suppressing your actual truth. This is where you're suppressing your heart. And so then we start to have conversation after the sound bath about what's going on at work. Right? And why you're suppressing your heart, or why you're suppressing your throat, why you're suppressing your truth. And 90% of the time, it's a childhood issue, or it's something that has happened in your past, or maybe a really significant relationship, whether it be with a loved one, like a marriage, or whether it be a friendship, or something that you've held really, really, really close that you've had to suppress your actual heartfelt truth, and you felt like your words were not honored. And so what you have done in this job is now right at work, now you're in a position where you're in these boardrooms or you're on these Zooms, and you are once again suppressing your true heartfelt um, voice, because that's how you have learned to keep yourself safe, right? But the time has come for you to break out of that so that you can truly live freely, but you just don't know how. You don't remember that time when you were 9, right? And your friends kept telling you to shut up, or you don't remember how deeply affected you were in your marriage when your partner would give you the silent treatment, right? But your thoughts have now become things, right? It is now attracting you to spaces where your heart and your voice are not fully heard. Right. At one point, you felt comfortable in them, but they no longer serve you and you have to move forward. Um, So the law of attraction is a technique that you begin to use so that you can really understand what is going on inside your mind, but also what is going on with you physically. And as you sit for the 10 or 15 minutes in guided meditation, and for us, we're going to be doing meditations on abundance. So let me kind of back up a little bit and say that when you're in these spaces and you're calling in whatever um, stillness practice or mindfulness practice, this is just a time of rest, right? It's a time that you don't have to do anything. All you're doing is listening and receiving. Okay. So I decided to do this time of rest in the focus of law of abundance and um, for the law of abundance, because there's so much going on in our world that is trying so desperately to keep us in this warmongering, individualistic, greedy state of roboticism. Right. And that time has passed. But until we can fully embody what abundance actually feels like, what it actually means to us, how we are actually processing it through our nervous system, is the only way that we're going to actually get to freedom. And that takes practice, right? We didn't get out of any confining space spiritually, physically, or mentally by not doing the work. We have to do the work. But in this case, the work is rest, and the work is languishing. Remember that from yesterday? Languishing in abundance for at least 10 to 15 minutes and holding that space in community. Because what happens in community is anything that we give in a collective just expands naturally. Right, it expands naturally. So it's so good to be able to do these type of practices where we're calling in abundance for ourselves, because it pours into another. It's the whole adage of when your cup runneth over. And so imagine abundance, really spilling over and not being in these places that have to be necessarily monetary, but there are in spaces where we see that we really do actually have it all. There is nothing missing, right? So that is the reason that I'm doing this class. I really, really pray that you sign up and join for just at least the law of attraction. And then we're going to have the 21 days of abundance as a collective, where I'm going to drop in that free podcast from Deepak Chopra every single day. You can practice that 15 minutes, whatever time of the day that feels good and right and rich for you. And we're also going to have a law of attraction too, where we dive deeper, even more into the practices of visualization and really being able to pull in the things that we know are our highest and best. And in that number 2, I'll be able to explain how I ended up in a beautiful relationship after doing a 21-day love candle that I used the law of attraction to attract my current and divine mate. All right, I will see you again soon. The class fills up at 8 folks, and 2 folks have already signed up. So there are only 6 spots available, and I would love for you to sign up today.